Hello, beings. After much of a day on telephone, realized it was nice to chat with folks. Hey, 7. And I guess I wanted to come say Happy New Year to everybody too. It's only been 2 days, so I came back. I usually log in once and come back next December, so that's kind of funny when you get behind on emails. Yeah, I just want to wish everyone like goodwill. Everything's going a-okay still. I just went to the hospital yesterday. And yeah, it's our beautiful Princess Margaret Hospital. They're the ones that have helped me in this journey, and I'm like a couple of months out from transplant. Everything's good. In the remission status, so I've actually had time to create some things, so I've been mindful of not getting stuck in that, communicating with people too, so I guess that's what this live place can be for updates. Instead of having to set up all my cameras and film something, it's nice to just be casual, right? Thanks, man, Daniel. And I always forget this technology is amazing and scary at the same time. Oh yeah, so I guess I have to choose, right, if this goes whatever. But I have linked my almighty Facebook, which I haven't opened in 10 years. That was scary. So I'm very, very behind on that front. But I've linked it to this account, so when I post things to this, I guess it goes over there. And I've been slowly meeting up with a few people. I guess I'll go on the hellos to Anne. She was the one that kind of prompted me to come back. As some people may know, I had an issue where people thought I had passed on, which was a very strange experience to me. But I wasn't on Facebook, so apparently that rumor was going around very, very fast. So I had to figure out how to get back online. I had to prove I was me. Hence now I feel like I'm meeting you all for the first time with my real actual name. Yep, my last name's not really gold. But I feel like that's where I'm coming from a soul perspective. And people around the market were calling me that, so it stuck. And I thought it was funny to just call myself that online, I guess. Scary times online with people pretending to be you and stuff. So I had my first realization that I'm not in my own bubble and people are noticing, and some robots or whatever it is pretending to be me. So I was like, oh, that's not good. What do I do about that? So yeah, it was Anne, good friend Stephanie. I don't know if you know these guys. If you're a Kensington folk, or you're an artist like Daniel here, you're bound to recognize these people. And I had a very nice conversation with her about, now that I've moved out of Kensington, being gone a while now, it's very nice to go into her photography stream. And I tell her she's the one who actually, she's like the visual documentary of what's been gone down the last 10 years, right? So I'm having a lot of fun going down her stream and watching, how, well, not just Kensington, but the overall landscape of Toronto has changed, and certain things don't exist anymore. Certain stores don't exist. unfortunately, some people have, passed on. That's a big thing. I feel like I'm catching up 3 years of. There's a lot to catch up on. And in amongst all of this, I went to fashion school, and I picked up a little certificate, so I graduated from that. It's kind of funny because I didn't ever think to do that, but I had completed it. So that's the news that got buried in the bad news, which I'm trying to figure out. I met a bunch of really cool friends who graduated. Hello, if you're watching, who's there? Jeez, I can't remember people's names. Catalina, George Brown, crew. It was, I felt like it was a Donald Trump show in which people were dropping out. It's getting tough, and I hadn't been in school for a while, so I think we did a good thing. We banded together, helped people that, unfortunately would get sick in school, but when you're in this accelerated program, you miss one day, you're kind of screwed. So I went through that before all of this other stuff, and then I guess this is a year in review recap, which helps, I guess. So I wasn't. It just so many things happen, and then it's like, by the way, you graduated. I'm like, oh, thank you, as I'm in my bed doing my last essay, right? And I actually got it done, so it was amazing. And my brother, awesome guy, I had this chat with him, and he's saying, do you feel like you have, what's that called? Personator syndrome. Yeah, not exactly, but it's like I did all this stuff anyway, creatively. Like I guess in guitar, you could get some music degree about being a classical guitarist, but it feels like, with fashion and stuff, I've always been meddling in things like this, I made this. But I didn't think you could go to school for that kind of thing. It's just something I did. But it feels like you were doing this thing, then you went to the school, and they gave you all this permission to talk about it. That's kind of what I feel like. But I was already doing that anyway. So no matter what it is, I guess that's what it can mean. But anyway, the school thing is so new for me. I keep forgetting I have friends who went to school, and I've been just diving into all of my networks, and today I'm just realizing how I really am multidimensional. I just like doing many things, but you're wearing many hats. It's kind of challenging, and I thought I could use the space in general to just share my little part of the world, and hopefully it helps people get inspired that no matter what you go through, like literally on your deathbed, like with a cancer scenario, you can still rise up through that and be like, oh, as this is all happening, I am still trying to finish school. I'm still, trying to learn to walk again. And I'm very happy I got back to a comfortable state of playing. Which took a while, but it's been a long story, so I guess I can use this a whole year of coming back online explaining myself. But yeah, I'm just really happy for the memories. Initially I was worried because when I was admitted to the hospital, I had a little bit of no other way to say it. I had super sharing time. I had I forget what the scan is called on my brain, because my oxygen level was not good, and the oxygen travels through your blood, and then when that's severely lacking, I guess your body's hard pressed for how are we going to get the blood to your brain, right? So I had initially a very scary thing, which I completely forgot about because many scary things have happened since then. But it resolved itself. I had a little bit of a, it's not really a concussion, but it's sort of in that realm, which can affect your brain and stuff. So initially I had a lot of tests for my memory, if it was getting affected at all. And that was the very first thing, which I completely forgot about. Not that I lost my memory, forgot about, but it's just because so many things happened in the ways of a sense of alarm, that scary kind of thing. So that was, I completely forgot about that. So in the Christmas times where I'm talking with the family, with an actual Christmas that, you know, we're all together, miracle, happiness time, I was reminded about all these adventures that initially happened a year ago. And so it really is a miracle. I like to joke with people, astrologically, I'm a Cancerian, so I was joking a lot with the nurses and everybody that Cancer can't, like, Cancer would cancel Cancer out, because if you're a Cancer, you can't really get overwhelmed with Cancer astrology. But that was a joke that some of my friends laughed at. Try to keep my sense of humor. Some nurses found it hilarious. Some other people just got quiet, and I was like, sorry, maybe that's inappropriate of me to joke that way. But I was just telling people it is alarming, because this whole Cancer thing does not affect just people in their 70s. So on some level, I guess I am a bit of a spokesman for treatments at this point. It did not plan to be. It was probably the hardest thing I had to go through in my life, but amazingly, it was all compressed into 1 year, and I took to the last treatment really well. And it was kind of controversial because it's stem cell related stuff, and so I don't know how careful I have to be about talking about that, but I didn't know that. I just thought, okay, doc, nothing's working very well. What else do you have? What else do we got? I didn't want to go into clinical trials. So this thing at least had been around for some time, just not completely kosher in Canada, I guess. So I'm still realizing this, and the good thing is it is a new thing coming that can help a lot of people. So I say, with the fear of technology and AI or whatever that is, or everything that's happening in the next year or so, which might be a scary, rise in people getting sick and all of that stuff, unfortunately. Maybe this is where I'm speaking positively about AI. I'm going to say it's a tool that might help us through the next couple of challenges. Maybe that will come together, and being that, what is this called again? There's a word for it. Restorative therapy, restorative medicine. That's a very new, cutting edge part of medicine, which my treatment was actually involved with, and I didn't know the names for stuff and everything, and now I do, but it's like trying to make it in English, so I don't sound like a doctor. But restorative therapy may involve things like stem cells and that kind of thing, but the miracle and the thankfulness from my bottom of my heart is that, like, really, the thing is that it's a tough decision, and not everyone can be in the place to receive this. So I'm talking to a lot of people on the YouTube front comments about my experience, and it's a choice. It's still, nothing is guaranteed. That's the tough thing about it. But I'm just gonna say I think I did make the right decision, although technically I have changed my DNA it just sounds kind of sci-fi, the whole thing. But yeah, getting to that decision, and now that I can sit here and tell the tale is quite a miracle. So, as always, maybe let's play a little tune or something. Aussies. I still call Australia home. I forgot that I have some of my friends from there too, so thanks guys for the hellos and things. I guess Joshua, and who else is on? I have to check my list, I don't remember. Yeah, so Happy New Year, everybody. Stay well and keep doing your thing. You know, it's tough, but put yourself 100% into all that you do, and things can only be, you know, moving forward, no matter what that is. So, you know, let's check back in a year and see, like, you know, we're gonna move through a lot this year. I have this feeling. I don't know, but I'm here. All right, guys. Just be well. Everything's gonna be alright. How do I post this? I don't know. I'll just say, that's it, right?